Hello, I'm CIF Southern Section Assistant Commissioner Rich Shearer, and I administrate wrestling for the Southern Section member schools. Today, I would like to highlight our Southern Section wrestling season preview for you. The purpose of this video is to guide you through the important information found in the preview that you must be aware of as you begin the upcoming season. The table of contents gives you a summary list content and page numbers of where to find key pieces of information within the wrestling preview. It is important to know who is on the CIF Southern Section Wrestling Coaches Advisory Committee to assist you in promoting your team and giving input on Southern Section wrestling issues. The season preview will also provide important dates that you must be aware of for first contests, scrimmages, including the maximum number of contests, the last contest date, as well as the playoff dates for Southern Section Wrestling Championships and playoffs, as well as the CIF state regional competitions. CIF-SS Home is the section's communication and information system. There are important requirements that are necessary for your team's participation in the Southern Section Wrestling playoffs. Refer to the preview for that important information and see your school's athletic director for any access to CIF-SS Home that you may need to get this completed by the posted deadlines. This information includes up-to-date and accurate schedules and scores, student-athlete eligibility, rosters, team pictures, and an at-large freelance petition if your team was not an automatic qualifier. Every year, there are modifications made in the NFHS Wrestling Rulebook, along with yearly points of emphasis for match officials. Wrestling coaches should be aware of these modifications that can be found on pages 5 and 6 of the wrestling preview, along with being familiar with the Southern Section Blue Book bylaws listed on pages 6 and 7 that apply to both dual and individual competitions. Page 9 has direction and reminders on how to log into track wrestling for weight management information. All athletes must have a pre-match weigh-in form at all contests. CIF Southern Section Boys Dual Meet Championship information is found on pages 12 and 13, including the process used to select teams into the dual championships. Guidelines for seeding, buys, and at-large selection are included. NFHS guidelines for alternate uniforms as well as grooming standards are included on page 15 of the preview. The CIF Southern Section Wrestling Coaches Advisory Committee would like you to emphasize sportsmanship and integrity with your teams. Use the sport of wrestling to teach and emphasize life lessons through the sport and not a win-at-all-cost attitude. An important part of CIF wrestling is adhering to proper grooming and skin checks. Guidelines and reminders for these can be found on pages 28 and 29. I wish you the very best of luck this season. Once again, the Southern Section will be amongst the best in the state and the nation in the sport of wrestling.